wanted to ask you? Oh, okay. So again, why does power when they get to the major leagues,
Yeah,
these players, why does two things? Why does their
yeah,
I'll ask that other one in a second. Why does
yeah.
their power go up?
That's just a great
People
question.
people
Yeah,
always wonder that, and they always
because I
ask me,
said
and I
that,
say, well,
right? Then
listen to the.
he'll grow
Go
into
ahead.
power. It's
Yeah.
like, well, why doesn't he grow into power now? You usually when you're surrounded. My dad used to say this all the time, and he used Charlie Blackmon as an example here in Colorado. It's like you have
Mhm.
these guys that are really good hitters in Double A and Triple A. They come to the big leagues, and then they struggle, and then they get sent down, and then they come back up again, and they do a little bit better, and then they send them back down, and then they come up the third time, and they're like, okay, I belong here. And then once they belong here, they're surrounded by experience. They're surrounded by big leaguers who have been here for a while. So in Blackman's case, he had like Todd Helton, left-handed power hitter that was here, high average guy too. But
Yeah.
all of a sudden, you see their swing start to morph a little bit. So they're usually, higher contact guys in the minor leagues. They're hitting, 300 to get brought up for the most part. They're hitting some doubles. You don't hear of 40 home run minor leaguers.
No, if you do, they're in the major leagues.
Yeah, but you really don't. I mean, you
Right.
have. I mean, who was the kid that was played at Arizona State and the Tigers drafted him number one overall? He was a first baseman, and I was like,
Oh, Spencer
wow.
Torkelson. We did a hitting
Yeah,
breakdown on him.
Torkelson, right? And it's like, man, this guy better be able to absolutely mash to be a 1-1 as a first baseman.
Right.
And I don't think he's had quite the success. I'm not 100% sure on this. You can look it up, but as some of these other guys that have come through the minor league system, he was a big home run hit, 20 something home runs in college. So when these guys get to the big leagues, they have the hand path and they have the swing path to find barrels, which we're going to talk about today. But then
Yep.
they start figuring out what part of the ball to hit. They start figuring out how to get into their legs a little bit more. They start to figure out maybe they're like the Justin Turner. Well, I'm trying to hit the ball out in front more, but I'm not going to top it. I'm going to
Mhm.
think bottom half of the ball and out in front. And they have the swing point to do it. If you don't have the swing point to do it, then you will struggle with those adjustments. So that in a combination of the balls are harder, the bats are harder,
You know what? You laugh, and
and the stadiums are
but
smaller.
you're
They
right.
really are.
You laugh about the ball being harder, but
Yeah.
that is a true
It
factor
is.
in it. Yeah.
Yeah.
The balls are different at the minor league level than they are at
Correct.
the major league level. The balls are different in college than they are at the minor league level.
Yes,
The
they are.
seams and there's not the seams are not the same. I like the big league and the professional ball seams rather than.
No, the college seams are small now. So they made that
Oh, they're
change
smaller
about,
now?
yeah,
Okay, I
they're
didn't know
flat
that.
seam
Yeah.
now. They made that
Alright.
change about, geez, I don't know, 4 years ago.
Well, they used to be very big and
They
bulky.
used to be huge. So the
Yeah.
ball flies a little bit more, but in terms of, so we've tested all these balls, we've tested like a college ball. So if somebody hits a college ball 90,
Yeah.
that same person will hit a minor league ball 92, 93, and a major
Mhm.
league ball will be 95, 96. So you're looking
Yeah.
at 5 to 6 miles an hour more of exit velocity just in a ball. Plus, most college stadiums are bigger than a lot of major league stadiums these days.
Yeah.
They really are. Like if you look at Pittsburgh, you look at Philadelphia, you look at Houston, like those parks versus like Rice, or Texas A, or
Yankee
Cal
Stadium
State
too.
Fullerton. I'm thinking Stanford,
Yeah.
Washington. These the ball travels so much better in major league parks, and they are a little smaller. That guys are going to hit a few more home runs just based on balls. They get top quality wood, fly. And I'm not talking about balls that are squared up, but balls that you just kind of miss a little bit, right? You don't totally smoke them. They go 375 feet because you cut them and you launched it at 38 degrees instead of 30 degrees, but they're just going to carry out of the park at the big league level versus at the minor league or college level. So that does play a part in it.